Try it now.
Okay. We got audio now. Hello. Whoops. Yeah. And I mean, it's a miracle that I doubled the account in the last couple of weeks because my trading's been awful. But that's what I want to emphasize to you guys. It's, it's not the technical. It's not all these bells and whistles that people are selling you all the time. It's it's how you manage that account. And that's okay. We're working now. You got sound. Okay. So who do we got logged in? Can I see so I can see the name? Steve Kersey. Who else? We got Steve and Pablo. All right. Everybody hear me now? Can you scroll up? Let me see what they're saying. All right. I just wanted to outline because I finally got the update on the trading account. And
He said, bueno.
Bueno, all right.
Scared.
All right. So I got an update on the trading account. You guys should all have it. It has every trade, everything that's been done in that account. And we started with 2 Bitcoin last February 4th, and we run it into, over 28 Bitcoin. There's about 4 left in the account. We've taken out 24 and a half. I dropped down to 2 Bitcoin at the end of May. And fortunately, I'm just very fortunate that we doubled it because I've missed, I caught one good move on the downside and missed every other major move. I caught them to some degree, but not the way I should have. So that's what I wanted to cover. And the number one thing, it doesn't matter all these technical things that people are telling you and selling you and all that, they're really not that important. The most important thing is managing your account. I actually have an engineer here in Tijuana, Victor, and he's written a program. It's an alpha. He's going to download it hopefully within the next week or so on my computer so we can test it. But basically, it's going to be like a TD9, but it's going to be with your trading equity. I think that'll be really helpful. Okay, question. When buying 2-week lows in a bullish structure, at what point do you admit you're wrong if the market just keeps dropping? Well, you didn't have to admit you're wrong here at all, because if you had your orders at the 2-week lows, you only had to put a stop 50 points below it, and you never would have got stopped out. I think what you need to do too is Bitcoin is not a perfect market. We've got more than just Bitstamp. Bitfinex never took out the 2-week low. My long-term strategy, I had orders down there at 54.60 for like 40,000 of each on each of the contracts, but I'd bought some before, and then I said, you know what, it's not good money management to buy that many, because if I'm wrong, I'd get wiped out. If I had a clean slate, had nothing on the account, I would have done it. But as it was, I only picked up a little bit down there. And, I really made the money on the downside. On this up move, it was a treacherous deal. Okay. And it's, I don't think this, to me, and I haven't made a major reversal today. I'm kind of sick that I'm not in it, because when I gave up, that market started down, and I said, you know what, I'm not giving back any of what I've made. So I just got out. And then usually when I get out, I don't want to come back into the market. I just walked away from it. And by the time I came back and looked, it had already been down to the 2-week low and popped back up. I should have just jumped back in, but I kind of learned from experience, you don't want to do that. It's better just to lay low and not do anything for a while. It's very irritating when things like that happen. But the key is, hey, I doubled the account. I can play another day. I also wanted to emphasize the other part of it. The first newsletter I sent out is, we're in a volatile market now. So the risks are just much greater unless you get, can get those points that you're looking for. They're not magic points, but like the 2-week lows. Yeah, it could have gone through the 2-week low and just could have kept dropping down to 6,000. I mean, who knows? I don't know where the market's going, okay? But you're looking for a situation where the risk is small. And I was, I always say it's not where the market is going, but what are you going to do when it gets there? Well, the market got down there today, and I wasn't even around when it got there and didn't have any resting orders there either. So it's too bad, because, so I'm not doing anything right now. I probably won't trade until next week, just because I'm kind of frustrated, and I don't think I would make good decisions right now. As far as, the next few days or weeks, I don't, to me, it's not going to surprise me as if we reverse now and just go right back up and take out the 2-week high. I don't think we topped out yet. I think we got one more push up before we can really have a top. Then we can come down below these lows. But, I don't know. I mean, nobody knows. And I'm the last to know. You can make a good bearish case in here. We did, take out the 2-week lows technically, but it was just, I don't know if you can count them, because it was definitely, a buy down there. Now I didn't get in too big a hurry buying, but I did cover my shorts and I went long. But I was long on that first pop down to the 2-week low. I would have normally really doubled down there, but I didn't want to because you guys are really keeping me honest on the account because I started with 2 and I'm going to show you how I did it. How I turned the 2 into 28. Now I took the 2 and I made it into 4. Now I'm going to take the 4 and see if we can turn it into 8. Mainly I just want to demonstrate that you can do it. I mean, and it's not, look, I missed some major moves. I did really shitty trading and I still doubled the account and I attribute it exclusively to managing that account, managing that money, making it and not giving it up. Yeah, that's a good question. I've noticed that some periods of time you get stopped out a lot, but your account still remains relatively stable despite using huge position sizes relative to your account. How do you accomplish this? Well, in a market like today, you can't. But I think what you're talking about was that move when we were at 8,000 and we moved up to 9,000. We were in a very quiet market then, so you could actually take a very, very limited risk. All right, somebody started at 0.28, now at 0.95. That's wonderful. Just don't give too much of it back. You're at 0.95. Don't let that account drop back down to past 0.85, maybe 0.9. You just take a little bit out, spend it or hold it, and that's the way you build it. Look, I'm in here with you guys. I mean, I've been a large trader, and I'm trading 2 Bitcoins, nothing. But if you can do it, I'm doing that because I really don't need the headache of doing more. But it is kind of because I get all worked up because, I'm trading for you guys so you can see how it's done. And the most important thing, I can't emphasize this enough. It's money management. The rest of it, I was the worst technical trader in the world for the last couple of weeks, but I managed the account properly and it wound up, making money. All you have to do is screw up your money management once and you get wiped out. That's the whole point. Yes, my money management is based on the BTC value. I got nothing to do. I'm looking at that box. To me, the most important chart is that box of equity in BitMax. And like I say, what I'm working on is actually have a programmer who's going to build the program so it'll be an individual chart. You can chart your own equity, whatever time frame you want, 30-minute, daily, but you can see when your own account, if you're trading right, your account should grow. It should be at 9s at the same time the market is. No, I don't have, Rosal, I don't have a formula on how I do that. It's just, I guess it's intuitive. Like right now, when I go back into this market, I'm not going to be trading in a big way. I'm going to probably be chopping around, trying to build up a small amount of equity and then play with that. I don't want to give up much of this 4 that we're at. And so I'll trade a little bit and maybe get it up to 4.5 or 5, and then maybe take that half of Bitcoin and try and find a good trade with that, but yeah, I can't, uh, yeah, I just, I'll be working it. It's not right now. It's not a position. The position was to buy that baby down there at the 2-week low today. And if you didn't do that, I don't know what to tell you, because you can make a good bearish case. This thing can roll over and just keep going down. Okay. Good question. How do you avoid big equity drawdown if you don't use hard stops? Well, you have to be disciplined. If you don't use a hard stop, the way I've had to do it in the past is the equity drops down and I just start hitting those market orders. It's just the only way you can get out. Now today I went down and then I waited for a little rally and sold it, but and then I was going to sell it as soon as it broke. I was going to sell it. I said, "Oh no, I don't think it's going to keep going," because I had an idea of what the market was going to do today, but it wasn't bad. I should have seen the sell-off, but even the magnitude of the sell-off surprised me. But we had that double bottom, and so oftentimes you have that spike down, you go back down and test it. So, that's a big trick. How do you eliminate that big drawdown? Well, the way you eliminate the big drawdown is you don't trade very heavy till you start winning. In other words, you want to build that account up. So, like I have 4 Bitcoin and I'll probably just kind of scalp and be until I can get that thing up to 4.5. I'm not going to be doing much because I don't want to lose. I don't like losing. Right now, I don't know. They're all trading right now. September's a buy. They're all at the same price. Last I looked, the basis doesn't mean much, except at extremes. The basis doesn't mean that much to me at all right now. So if like I say, it meant a lot to me when it was in backwardization all of last year when it hit 6,000, and I never thought I was going to break 6,000, and then it went to a premium, and I said, well, don't buy that next dip. In fact, you want to sell it. So we sold it, picked up 20 Bitcoin on a 2 Bitcoin account on the downside, and then the basis, went into backwardization again, and that's why everybody was bearish at 3,500, and I said, no, I do not journal my trades. So, I'm beginning to think of, as far as funding, you should just forget that because that's what influenced my thinking today. I was coming into this morning, I was long the September and the spot, and I noticed that the thing was trading at a discount to spot to the last minute before the payoff. And so I actually sold some up there. But then it started to really break out. And I said, oh, crap. So I bought it back too quick. And I should have seen it coming because there was really no upside potential till we had this break. We've cleaned everybody's whistle out. We can go up now. Okay. On the topic of basis, when the futures were 300 above spot on BTC, would that? Oh, absolutely. Well, it's not enough to go. Yes. What you do is you actually can play the spread. You can actually buy the spot and sell the June, or you can buy the perp and sell the June. The problem with buying the perp is that then it goes, you wind up, you're going to wind up paying the shorts because it went into a brief funding, but it never was much you were paying the shorts. It would have been worth it. Yes, when it was at 300 points, and I wrote about that. I think I sent it out on the news. I was, hey, look, this premium's way too big for June. It's going to completely, collapse in the next, week or so, and it did. I mean, it went from 300 to it was at a discount today. So yeah, you can do really well on that. The problem with the June now is it's really a thin market because it's kind of pretty worthless for futures. There's not much. The volume is all in the perp in the September. But yeah, and it gets worrying. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do it because, it really is this trading stuff. It really does, to do it right. It really is time consuming. You really have to be there. Like today, I mean, I just walked away from the market. If I just saw that it was dropping down there back to those old 2-week lows, I'd have just jumped back in, and I should have. I mean, I would have picked up the whole Bitcoin. If instead of being at 4, I'd been at 5 or 5.5. But I missed, and I've missed more than one move like that. So, how in depth in trading is the cruise going to be? How in depth in trading? Well, I'll go. I mean, I'll be available and I'll do the trading. I haven't. What I'm going to emphasize is hodling the whole the whole enchilada. It's not going to be just trading, because I want to emphasize, hey, there's more to this than trading. There's hodling, and then there's saving, and then there's building, and there's 3 aspects to it. You want to learn basics of trading, and there's no reason why you can't be a successful trading. Trading's really not that difficult, except, for ourselves. Ourselves are in the way. I think trading is really pretty easy, but we just get in our way, in our own way too much. Tyler Jenks is coming, and I haven't worked out whether he's going to do a seminar or not. I kind of made an availability of the Bitcoin house here, and we can have a group here. And but it would have to be that same time as the Baja 400. So people it'd be kind of hard for people to, most people want to go see the race, I'm assuming. And maybe I can arrange to do one on the cruise. And I haven't worked out with Tyler if he wants to charge for one or what, but basically, he's really more into, the traditional markets. Yeah. Art of Execution is a fantastic book. Yes. If you haven't read that, it's $10 on Kindle. I got a link there. I think I get paid 50 cents or something if you're buying through my link. So, yeah, there's very, very few books that come along that are really classics. And that is one where all the information is good. The other one that I would recommend, and it's by an old guy by the name of Ted Warren, and it was called "How to Make the Stock Market Make Money for You." Now, this guy, I had him. When in my younger days, I had him out, and he was my age, and he actually took a vow of poverty. And although he made lots of money, he lived a poor man's life. Very interesting character. He had a sixth grade education, and yet he taught himself how to trade. And really, the hyperwave theory was kind of the foundation of it is with Ted Warren, because I know Tyler and I talked about it. Says, yeah, I'm all familiar with Ted. He did have an influence on that. But basically, Ted would always look for a real quiet market, building a base, and that's what he would call accumulation. And that's what you're looking for. And then, of course, when you have these volatile markets like it is now, that's when you want to be unloading. So Ted Warren, that would be a book. There's some other good ones. Another real kind of good, but not so good. Larry Williams had some. He just has lots of stuff, but lots of it's just worthless. You kind of have to take and leave it. So I don't really recommend those. The only 2 books I really recommend is Ted Warren and the Art of Execution, because both those guys, all the information they say, it's valid and it's simple, and it's not complicated formula. You don't need to know calculus or statistics or anything else. What is the benefit of using cross leverage? Most BitMEX tutorials advise against it because your entire account is at risk. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I guess that's how I just use cross because I'm comfortable with it and I don't want to. And you just have to not trade that much of your account. And now what I have started to do is like we did one Saturday night live and I had a position on and I put it on. I went to see what my stop was at 100% leverage. And then I didn't put the leverage there, but I put my stops there and you actually get filled better back. I got filled better than the market and you don't get that insurance fee and whatever. I know that you get hit if you get wrecked, so you don't want to get wrecked. It's better to get stopped out. I mean, about the Twitter account saying what do you think of saying they drove their account from 0.06 to 3 or 100 to 1 in this? Well, it's possible. It can be done. I've done that. And the problem with that is if you do that, in most likely scenarios, you'll give it all up. I don't know about $100 to 100K. That would be kind of rough. But the whole thing is, how many of these guys, they're telling you this, but how many of them, look, I don't know. Maybe there's somebody else out there. But I don't know of anybody, and there's traders that I do respect, but I don't know of anybody that is broadcasting what their actual trades are. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's all out there on the table for you guys. So, I mean, you can see that, yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, that was a shitty trade. And yeah, that was, and then, that was really cool. That was great. One time I actually was a tick from the top and a tick from the bottom. Well, it wasn't because I was so smart, just sometimes it works that way. But I would not take, like I say, all these people that sell financial advice and they all make a whole lot of money. Their personal life usually does not reflect that kind of money. How valid is it to get out of a failed trade idea and instantly get on the other side of the market? Yes, you should. If you can, it's hard to do, but that's what I should have done today. I should have just reversed that baby. Written it down and bought it all back and reversed it again. So, but it's a different. You have to kind of be psyched for that, and I might start doing that right now, just to build. In other words, just short-term scalp. I don't like that. I'm not a much better position trader, but there's no position trading to do right now in my mind. I mean, this thing, you definitely don't want to jeopardize your hodl. I mean, I'm bullish Bitcoin, so yes, it will. AAD3.
You don't have to read that. I just typed it for him. He wants to know if this is going to be replayed when I said yes, it will.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll be replayed. Where's going to be replayed? On the website? Okay. We'll put it on the website. We'll probably do these because it's really not for, this isn't tweeted out. It's only for you guys. You paid for the subscription and this is, and so, you got my attention.
As long as they have that YouTube link, they can go into it. So it's good.
Yeah. Just go to that. Okay. As long as you have that link on the YouTube, you can go into it, but it's not going to be broadcast on YouTube. Okay. It's a private YouTube. So just go to that link and it should be there. Okay. And, I'm open to ideas, guys. I mean, how do you want to do? I mean, I don't, there's only so much I can do in a day and my plate's full. And, when I'm trading too, it's, I want to do this because I know I can help you guys. I know I can teach people how to trade, but what I'm teaching you is not well, it's not the way other people teach. It's not the way, everybody else has a magic system. And I just, you know what? There's no magic beans. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if I want to live another 100. I'll be happy if I get another 10 or 20, um, but who knows? But okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm doing this because it's keeping me disciplined because I'm accountable to you guys. I mean, I'm showing you, all you guys. Oh, with Zoom. Zoom is kind of like YouTube, and we subscribe to it, but we haven't figured it out, so we just use the YouTube. Because Zoom is kind of I don't know, it's another app that you can use that's like YouTube.
Right. We just got YouTube.
Yeah, we're so new at this, we're learning YouTube. So we're getting better at it. Look, the quality is getting better, the sounds are getting better. And I watched the first Joe Rogan show. Eddie said I need to go watch that. So, I think our first shows might have been maybe a notch or two better than his. But, this is, we're doing this. It's fun. I mean, we're all doing this. You keep learning. We're doing something new. But, yeah, and we're going to do, on the cruise, we will do the trading thing. I mean, it's going to be a very, very thorough conference. I mean, it's going to be, and hopefully it'll be very practical, but also, I mean, it's just going to be able to network. And my vision, I don't know if I pull this off. I'm just hoping I can get 60 people to come on this first one. But my whole vision is, I want to fill up a whole boat with Bitcoiners. I think it'd be so great. So there's a sweet spot you like to have on your spread, like a percentage. You like to be long or short to collect the funding. Yeah, I like that. I like to collect that funding. I mean, I like it. Just I have a thing about it, and I was spreading a lot. The Ethereum against the Bitcoin, and that's how I was always. I would be long the Bitcoin and short the Ethereum to collect that premium. Sometimes I'd be taking a pretty hefty loss in the Ethereum, but, it kind of evened out because when the market broke, I didn't get hammered. I just like when the market broke and, other people are getting wiped out, my equity actually went up. Okay, when using goat stops and it gets hit and your position is increased, do you look to unload that back down to have dry ammunition again, or do you have a system to execute that? Well, I should have executed that today. It wasn't really a goat stop. I just should have had some orders down there. But yeah, if you use goat stops, then you still have to have a stop. Goat stops is just kind of a way to fudge yourself, okay? Because it's really not. It's just that, okay, I think I want to do this trade, but you know what? I'm kind of a shitty trader, and I've been a shitty trader for the last 3 weeks. So I'm not going to put it all on here. I'll wait. If it goes against me, I'll put more on here and more stops down here. So it's just, I call it goat stops, but what you're really doing is you're not putting on as much as you want to. And like when I start back up, I'm out of the market. I got that little position and it started going against me too. That Ethereum BTC. But what I do is I trade really, like this account now, I'll probably trade really small. I mean, I may maybe 10,000, maybe no more than 20,000. I'm not going to trade much. I'm just going to go play it and try and build it slowly until I pretty well know I'm in my groove, and then make it grow. Is a short pause on the large? Is this a short pause on the larger exit while all alts bail themselves out on BTC's tail? I don't know. I'm disappointed because I keep thinking exit. I thought when we hit 60, we should have sold down a bit and then resumed. And I thought we'd be at 65 or 70 by now. What do you think about trading two above? I don't think anything about that. I think that it's, I'm not a big one. I mean, I've known about the sequential forever, and Tone has improved upon it, and I think it's very useful on the long term, those weeklies and monthlies, and maybe but I would never trade by that alone. I just you got to have something else. You got to have that just would be a confirming indicator, and it would be, I don't put it in the list of my top things I look at. Do you trim often? If so, how do you ride a runner that way? Okay, what you do is, yes, I trim, and what you do is once you have a position, you never abandon it. And that's why I didn't reverse today, because I kind of didn't think we were going to have that hammer down again to the 2-week low, and I was long and it was happy with it. The only reason I exited it is because, I didn't want to give up anything. And, but, yeah, you trim, because if you get the sell off, you don't get killed. You're going to give up some if the trend continues, but you don't get rid of that basic position. So you keep riding that baby all the way up. That's how you do it. TD is more useful to provide structure in the trade, not really drive it. Yeah, that's probably a good way of looking at it. And I'm not sure exactly what you mean by structure, but it kind of gives you which way you're looking to go. Whether okay, I'm looking to I want to be selling. Like when the market broke from 8 to over 9,000, I was not looking to buy that anymore. I was going to be a seller, and I think the TD indicator was telling you that. It said, hey, this is getting way overbought, and everything said the next move is going to be down. So it's a good indicator. I think it's been improved on substantially by Tone. Definitely worth, the price he's selling it for, but it's not. I don't trade off of it. It's not something that I trade on. We are working on, and it should be done. In fact, it has an alpha. I have an engineer down here whose name is Victor, and he spells it with a Bitcoin B, Victor, and he has. I told him what we need is a TD indicator on equity, and so he's writing the program. Apparently, it's done. He's got a trial thing, and so hopefully it'll be ready within a month or two. I got to load it on my computer here, and then we'll test it. And if so, you'll be able to chart your own equity, daily, weekly, 15-minute, 30-minute. But you can trade, and I think it'll be very useful because it's going to chart you. It won't be the chart. It's going to be you. And that's more important than the charts. I keep telling you, that's what these guys, and all these technical guys, they don't get it. I think I'm driving the point home because I noticed Tone's going to have a big thing on money management, and which I thought was great because most people that have these systems are always said that they always have the secret sauce that they're selling. And to me, there's no secret sauce. I'm telling you, money management is the only secret to success. If you got that, you can be the shittiest trader in the world, like I've been the last 2 weeks, and still come out ahead. You have an idea what your order of importance is. For example, tones, candlesticks, patterns like triangles. I'm not big on chart patterns, And, you know, maybe if you have I mean, they happen to correspond. For example, that breakout we had on April 1st, that corresponded with end of week and the month and the quarter. That's what I'm looking at. That was just, those come along in a rare time, but that's why I say that was a major breakout. And that's why I say it's not going to surprise me if this market goes all the way back up to contract highs with that really not any pause. I don't think you need this 30 or 40% sell-off. We had about a 15 to 20% sell-off, which we're in a bull market. That's all you're going to get. That's all we had. We had it today could have been the bottom, and we're just going to head on up over 10. And we could go, you know, in order to take out these alts, we might have to go to contract highs and only Bitcoin stays there or something like that. I don't know. Do you have an idea what you're okay? So I also like to look at 2 week, 2 day, and 2 30-minute things because those are kind of reversals. If you look at those things, markets will usually reverse those things. That was one of the reasons I should have sold that rally because it was this morning. It was pushing its way at a discount, saying, okay, the smart money was selling it, holding it down, but it still had a little pump, and it was just enough to do that stop and reverse, enough to set that off, and then it reversed the other way, and that should have been the clue. I mean, I should have gotten out way before I did and actually gone short. I actually had some orders to sell it, and I pulled it after because I thought, no, this thing's not going to go down there. And then finally I said, you know what? I ain't going to argue. The final decision had nothing to do with the chart. All it had was that box. I was looking at the box and I said, you know what? I am not giving up this Bitcoin. I had it up to about 4.6, 4.5, and I'm not giving up any more than that. I didn't want to give up more than, 10% of the peak. So, but yeah, and like I say, I didn't think it'd be so wearing to trade this small little account, but it is. It's same because it's still the same game. I mean, it's still, and you gotta focus on it if you're gonna be any good at it. Well, at any rate, let's see. Oh, well, I still got about 30 minutes. In 45 minutes, I have to pick up my daughter from gymnasium. Yeah, I'm short I don't know how, I'm looking at that premium of that Ethereum over the spot. And of course, I'm just fundamentally, I'm more bullish on Bitcoin than Ethereum. But the problem with Ethereum is, it's a smaller market. They can pump it and dump it. It tends to go in extremes more than Bitcoin. So I'm looking at that and just another slap in the face. Okay, the smart money was holding it down. Well, I think when I'm looking at that, I was looking and said, oh, this is way too, why is this market trading at a discount to spot and funding's coming up? And that should have it should have just set off alarm bells in my head. So because it's not going up, stupid, it's going to go down. Okay. And then another thing that you need to look at, when the funding changes, the wrong people think, oh, I'm going to buy this perp now. And so the best thing to do is just ignore the funding completely if you can, because, it's not worth trade. In other words, my stupidity was I should have gotten out regardless of the funding. And instead I stuck around to make 20 cents per Bitcoin or something. It just, you don't pay attention to the funding. Trade your equity, trade your market. And but that was a classic. They pumped that baby up, with that funding coming. As soon as that funding was paid, it just it was toast. And that's what makes a market. And hey, there's the markets, you know, short term they are manipulated. Yeah, there's some big smart money in there, without a doubt. But they're not always right. I mean, they're, like I say, there's big traders that become small traders. And what you want to do is you want to be a small trader and slowly work your way up to being a large. You don't even want to be that large. You just want to be a medium-sized trader and then have the ability to become a small trader again on your terms, not on the market's terms. Okay, I think the reason that I have an affinity towards Bitcoin is I was actually weaned on the inflationary markets of 1973 and the commodity markets, and there's really been nothing close to that until Bitcoin came along. Well, thank you, AAD3. I appreciate that. If you guys, what we need to do is build these subscriptions. If we don't have a lot of time, so let me do screen share and show you where you can get your affiliate code. Because, hey, you'll get, if you get on the cruise, because you're members, you're going to get a 10% discount off the conference price. If you sign somebody else up for the cruise and they use your affiliation, you'll get 10% for that, and they get a 15% discount, you know. So if you guys all know each other, I guess, you know, I don't think it'll let you do that. You can buy your cruise through somebody else. I guess you can do that and maybe get the 15% discount. I don't know. Check it out. If there's a flaw in the system, it's my bad. But this cruise, hopefully it's just going to be a blast and educational. And like I say, my goal is, you know, a lot of people on the West Coast is from Long Beach, which is LA. It leaves on a Thursday night and comes back Sunday morning. So you only miss one day of work. The whole thing is like $400. You know, you can't beat it. I mean, I'm charging, you know, what, almost that for the conference ticket. Not when I started, but but at $8,000, you know, in the conference ticket is 0.05. So, you know, that's, but Bitcoin's gone up. So it might go back down. But I mean, it's a bargain and everything is included, all your food. The only thing you have to pay for, of course, is you have gambling. So if you gamble, you're going to lose that. And then you're going to have, you got to buy drinks. I think you can buy like a pass where you can get all the free drinks you want if you like to drink a lot of alcohol. And same with, for the kids, it's soda. But okay. ETH has been ranging at the bottom of its fall. If it has found a base, the alts will absorb BTC as they jump, sucks up the supply, the exchange of supply on BTC and builds a price. Yeah, the thing is, everybody that has Ethereum has Bitcoin. Not everybody that has Bitcoin has Ethereum. So it is something that you pay attention to. Also, if you notice, the Ethereum did not take out the 2-week lows, and the 2-week lows weren't taken out on Bitfinex either. So if it continues down, there will be a flee to BTC as well. I guess it might not matter, as you said. Wow, thank you. That's great, Pablo. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, it's not, okay, it's not hard. It's just different. Okay, it is different because I'm teaching something that I've learned over the years, and it's really hard to get it out of your head because you think there's some kind of magic formula out there that you can trade, and there's no magic beans, there's no magic points. You know, most charts that I like, most of these chartists, I call them cartoons. Okay, and you know, that's because that's what they are. As soon as I double my BTC, I'm taking the wife on the cruise or to a conference to see you and say thanks in person. Well, Good. Well, hopefully you'll do it. You can do it. Now we doubled it with some pretty shitty training, and it took about 2 weeks. So the key is, now I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to do it again. I hope I can turn this 4 into 8, but I'm going to be, I'm a little bit gun shy right now because I really feel like, man, I don't deserve that doubling of the account. I worked hard for it, but I did not do that great a job in trading. So, but that's what I want to show you guys. The emphasis is all wrong. You don't have to be good. You really don't have to be that good a trader. The secret's not in the technicals. Okay, there is a kind of a secret in the fundamentals. That's why we hodl Bitcoin. Okay. Okay. As soon as and make your seed phrases very legible. What's that seed phrases? Thank you. Okay. Oh, we were going to go look at something. I think so. Let me try screen share here. I hit the application window. Okay. Okay. Then what do? I hit application window. Now I go to down here.
Share.
Share. Where's that?
Next to it.
Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. Minimize this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it again.
One more time.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
I'll get rid of that. Okay. So I want to go into the dashboard. Look at that. Makes me sick. I'm not on board. Completely out of the market. Oh, well. Okay. Once you log into your account, right down in here is your affiliate link. Now, the general just goes to the home page, and the newsletter goes to the newsletter page. So it doesn't matter which one you use. But if you click on one of those, for example, I click on the newsletter link here. Maybe my mouse is not working very well. Okay. It just goes to the newsletter page. And then if they sign up under me, I'll get the referral code. I'm going to go back, and if you hit this other link, we can hit the general link. You can do that for the conference, and it goes to the home page. But then they have to hit the conference. Okay. And so I got, okay, Tyler Jenks. I need to get his picture on there. He's coming. And so what happens is once you pay for the conference ticket, then you'll be directed to the Carnival Cruise Line, and then you make a deposit, a reservation. It's $100 to make the reservation, and then come January, you pay the balance by July 22nd. So, okay. So, had to restore your tracer now. Yeah, I did have to restore. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad day. So, but I've had worse. So, no, you guys, I'm like I say, I'm being accountable to you guys. I think it's going to make me just a better person because I fail in so many ways, gosh, and also a better trader because you know what? I don't want to lose. I want to show you guys how to do it. Okay. Well, anything else? It's 7:30. I got about 15 more minutes. If you got any questions, I'll stop the sharing. I'll go back here and go here. No. What do I do? Here? Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So, I got to get up close or you can't hear me very well. So, At any rate, oh, and I'll have that. I think probably what we'll do is, well, we'll see. Like I said, I can't wait till I get this TD equity thing going. Oh, my life story. Well, it's a long one, so, and it's ongoing, and a lot of it I'm not too proud of. I just hope I can end it well. That's my goal, and I'm working on that. So that's part of what this is about. So, um, I want to emphasize that you want to hodl the Bitcoin. You know, um, I don't know if you saw the article I wrote about Tyler. I was getting so much bad stuff. Oh, Tyler predicted $1,000 Bitcoin, and they wanted me to jump on the hit on Tyler, and I've learned a lot from that guy, and yeah, it was a mistake. He should have never said $1,000 with 99.5% certainty, but he wasn't talking to the average person. He was talking to traders, and people should know that. But you want to keep that hot, and he's a traditional trader. I mean, he caught the biggest part of the move, and he caught it managing major funds, which is really tough to do. And just now he stepped back into the market. So, I mean, he's only made one trade, and and this is his second one. All right. So that's it. Well, I'm tired today. I need to go rest, and we need to. Oh, we need to start shipping out those T-shirts too. That's something we need to start working on tomorrow. So, okay, guys. Well, I got it. My little girl needs to be picked up from the gymnasium. She loves gym, and it's getting bad by time. But I want to do this. We'll do more of it. If you have suggestions on, other forms of communication, I'm open to it. And we'll see how this one works. I'm just glad Eddie put it together, and it's just a real tight one-on-one. If you like my work, don't forget to use that referral, and sign other people. Hopefully, I mean, I know it's worth it, because I know people are paying a lot more for a lot less. And I don't, like I say, if anybody knows of anybody else that's actually publishing their track record as we go along, let me know, because I'm sure there's all kinds of people on YouTube and Twitter are bragging about how much they made, but and there's very few of that kind of run up do people keep it. So, and what I've done is, I haven't made a lot, but I turned 2 into 27, which isn't bad, and they never really had much of a downturn in equity, that's what we're shooting for. So you don't want to be making. I've done it before. I've turned $5,000 into $500,000, and then just thrown it all away. So, because it's when you make money that easily, it doesn't mean anything to you. It's just numbers. And if you're out there working, hey, you know what? It's not just numbers. You work hard for what you get. So I hold 3 Bitcoin in total. For 10 months, I've been trading with 0.5 on BitMEX. The lowest my equity was 0.38. I'm now at 0.56. I want to make 0.6 and take the 0.01 out and do it again. Excellent. Excellent. That's exactly, you know what? That's what you're going to find out. If you can trade just a little bit, and if you can trade for a whole year and break even, you're on your road to success. You have because that's the hard thing to do. I traded all of 2018, all of last year. I never made anything. I mean, I was trading bigger way than I am now, but I just never got ahead. I mean, I'd make a little, lose a little, and then finally I caught a move. And then I kind of just gave up. I said, you know what? I'm not going to trade a lot because I'm not making anything. So then I just opened up an account with 2 Bitcoin and I turned it into 22 Bitcoin because I caught the one move. And you only need to catch one major move. So, like I say, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for me trading now because it's not a positioning market. I'm probably just going to step away from it for a while till I collect my thoughts because I didn't get in there today like I should have or would have. But you know what? If I would have, then I probably felt so good about myself I'd thrown it away later. So it's just the whole thing is you got to survive. What you don't want to do is get wiped out. I know there's guys that'll listen, but you've been wiped out and you got to start all over. And I mean, my heart's with you. And in fact, we might do a special show just about that. I have a good friend that he's wanting to come on and do something like what we're doing now. And I don't think it should be public. I think I'll just do that with the small subscriber base that we have now. So Zazo, if you're listening, if you want to do a show like this, it won't be tweeted out. We'll just keep it real small and kind of go through the psychology of letting a loser ride till you get wrecked. So, because it happens. It happens, and you can't let it happen. You just, you know what? That's something you can't do. So it's 7:36. I got 5 more minutes, but I think I'm all spoke out. We're gonna go. So good night, fellas. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna do the hodl, hodl, hodl. Okay, but we got to have a little Bitcoin enthusiasm. So we go hodl, 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 save, 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 build a, sound money, sound money. All right, guys, been fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Bye-bye. Stop.